Here's the subject vehicle. Look at these weeds. Today's July 2nd, and these weeds are 4, 5, 6 feet tall. I'm gonna cut a path to it. That's much better. Also, it says September 02. That's a while ago. I think we actually had it running in 04, 03, 04, somewhere in there. And here's what I'm working with. It's a V8. Not quite sure how to identify this. Probably on that sticker there. 351 or 400. Engine displacement 6.6. 400. We got a 400 here. Don't know what to expect, but I guess we'll see. Well, I came over here and I stuck my breaker bar underneath there with a 15/16 on the crank pulley, and it was stuck. So I went ahead and started pulling all the spark plugs out and putting ATF in there. And then I just topped it off with a little bit of PB blaster. And now I took off, or I loosened this belt and this belt for the alternator, and took the fan off so I could put the breaker bar from on top now. And I finally got it to crack loose. Here we are back at the F250. The grass is pretty much dead now. It's only been 2 days, I believe. I was out here on a Friday, or a Thursday, and now today is Saturday, 4th of July. And I just got done putting all the plugs back in, and new plugs, and new wires, cap and rotor. It's only money, right? I'd rather this thing live than go to the scrap. Be made into pallet racking and Priuses. So I'm gonna hook up my button starter now and pour some gasoline down the carb and see what happens. Alright, now I'm into diagnosing an electrical issue. I had my button starter hooked up, and I got it on the positive on this side of the solenoid, and then the first terminal here, and then that turns the engine over. But I had that red wire off on that smaller terminal there. Like, oh, I'm not getting any spark. So I plugged that back in, and then put that connector from the button starter on the outside to make contact, so I could still use it. And then it fired. It's like, oh, that's great, but the battery's dead now. So I don't know if there's some sort of a hard draw going on at the moment. And I found that while I was diagnosing, I had this connector off here on the coil, and the negative green wire was broken. So I stripped it back and shoved it back in there, and hopefully that'll be enough to make continuity for now. Throttle's kind of stuck. It moves, but it ain't very good. I'm probably priming it too while I was doing that. Not much else to say at the moment. I do have my gas can hooked up to the intake side of the fuel pump on the bottom of that power steering pump. And I got my battery cables hooked up now, and I'm going to go bring the f250 over here and we'll get it going. Holy cow, it goes into gear. Yes, it does. Well, that's pretty unfortunate. It does have a stuck wheel, which also happens to be the one that's in really bad shape.